Hello and welcome. Hello and welcome to another episode of Magic of Boot. I have this is Ronnie. I have Shadipta with me. Shadipta, how are you?
Yeah, super good. How are you?
I'm good, but yeah, it's been really busy week, so I didn't really see much. To be honest, I didn't see any football at all yet. Uh, so
Well,
uh, um, I'm assuming you've seen something, so we can definitely talk.
only like few games actually.
That,
I missed a lot this week.
yeah,
So
it's hard to cover sometimes.
yeah, also like I changed my sleep time, so most of the Champions League is like out of my. But I still managed to watch the Real versus Man City.
For sure.
Um,
So
yeah,
just to make sure that, do you want to start from Champions League or somewhere else?
let's start with La Liga because it's already done,
Well,
basically.
it was done. Well, it was done a long time ago. But yeah,
Yeah,
let's
but officially.
let's talk about. First of all, congratulations to Real Madrid for winning another La Liga. Um, Today there was a game against Espanyol, and I didn't even see the results. So yeah, please go on.
Yeah, it was 4-0, and I actually started watching, but there are important games going on in the Premier League, so I switched because after 45 minutes, like I started like from 30 minutes, and Rodrigo scored like two goals before halftime, and I was like, okay, it's done. It's done actually, basically. There were few changes, like Casemiro was playing in the center back positions, and but nothing more interesting actually. And
And normally,
given
to
like
be honest, historically speaking, the game against Espanyol is always potentially the most easy game for Real. Anyway,
yeah, of course, like again, like Espanyol versus Barca is like more interesting than
yeah, somehow
uh,
Espanyol doesn't like to do anything against Real Madrid. Uh, you
uh,
so yeah, just going into that, how big is it for Real to win it? I mean, they were having some kind of lead, and there was not much competition this time around. Especially, this year Barcelona obviously was vulnerable, but if you think about Atletico or Sevilla,
yeah, like everyone was thinking, like since Griezmann was going back and they won the previous La Liga title, and everyone thought like yeah, there will be more, there will be more attack, and we saw some interesting games in the beginning of the season, and we thought like finally Simeone is coming out of his shell,
yeah,
but it did not happen. Sevilla was there until like January. They had so many injury problems, and like few games they were like especially the game in January and February, they did not play with their best 11 at all, um, due to COVID and other injury problems, and they don't have big squad to cope up with. And obviously, Real took the chance, and yeah, so it was sort of well deserved in a way because they were the most um, how can I say, like
consistent.
consistent, yeah, consistent team. Only like four loss probably,
Hmm.
or three loss, I don't know. But yeah, and Benzema basically turned few matches like, I would say it was like one of the most one man show uh, in the league I have seen from Benzema. Um, and obviously uh, he's doing also well, like especially in the Champions League knockouts. Real scored only like 10 goals,
Okay,
and
let's focus on La Liga for now.
no, I was
Uh,
telling in general like how good Benzema is right now.
right.
So
Right. No, definitely Benzema is one of the right now in the world football right now on form, one of the finest forwards. But to be honest, if you're looking at Real Madrid, I mean there are a lot of, I don't know. I almost think they had just a cakewalk on this entire season. Didn't have any real threat for their supremacy, and the teams made it really easy. Not going into some certain controversies and stuff like that. There are a lot of conspiracy theories, but well deserved. So for this season in Real Madrid, what is your big takeaway except say Benzema finally kind of
Benzema
like
is not like a takeaway, but it's like sort of their short-term solution. But best part of Real Madrid is that like they pull the best out of Vinicius Junior finally, like and have the stable midfield.
and in a way
Like
Rodrigo as well. I mean he was nobody for a few months and all of a sudden he came back and scored some important goals.
well, he was actually brilliant in the first half of the season, but he wasn't getting enough chances because of Asensio. And there were if you are an informed player, because he was doing everything right, but in the final third, he had this like Di Maria syndrome or like Ferran Torres syndrome, like say. But yeah, right. He scored few important goals both in Liga and Champions League, uh, and also like the most noted things from Real Madrid's this season's campaign is they finally found a way to use Valverde and Modric and Cruz together in this system. Uh, because before that, actually, if you remember last season, he basically played on the left side of the central midfield, and uh, when Eden Hazard was playing, he was really good. And but when he wasn't playing, he did not actually find many passes. Also, passing accuracy has improved as well. And best addition, I would say, Kamavinga. Um, it was sort of expected, but the way he did it in the like especially some important games was played without Casemiro, and he played in this position and lately, and the coach shuffle the squad needed to shuffle the squad at the time, and those matches actually they won points by from his performance. And so far, I told you before, like refereeing is like really bad. In general, I was saying about La Liga, like we talked about it in the last episode, and I wish like in the next season it will be better. I would say because
I
it's one of
I
the
don't
most important league.
I don't
Yeah,
wish
but
I'd rather I've seen it enough long time, and when the VAR was introduced, I was thinking, okay, maybe this is now when they would improve. Didn't happen.
yeah, that's true actually. But the thing is that like they until last season and the season before was also bad actually. It was so inconsistent, and it's yeah like it's sometimes I just turn on the TV because like Spanish league in Spanish league you can see like the most like creative midfielders in the world, like most of them are playing in the Spanish league, I would say. And the thing is that like you started watching a game and so many bad decisions like from neutral perspective it's like it doesn't actually make sense. It lost the flow of the games. Even like there were few decisions against Real Madrid they could have actually get it like before, like they could have done this campaign before. And also like you cannot say that because like the overall league is like standard of the refereeing is so down right
Oh,
now.
okay, let's
So
let's not go into details into how bad his refereeing
yeah,
is. it's very short term. It's bad. Uh,
Yeah. Also, I would like to congratulate Carlo Ancelotti because he is the first ever manager who own five big leagues. So it's a big achievement. I don't know if there is going to be another one. I don't know. I guess Mourinho and Pep Guardiola. Maybe if they go to French league, I don't know. I don't.
yeah,
But
yeah. Well, also
we'll
Mourinho,
never know.
maybe. Um, Coming back to I just wanted to touch upon because we missed last time. There was this Copa del Rey final that
Mm.
Real Betis won
Yeah,
against Valencia in penalties, and I thought just missed it because it was probably going or just finished before we recorded. Um, I saw the highlights. Definitely didn't see it live because we were recording. Um, it was a brilliant game, and in terms of entertainment, I've seen extended highlights. So yeah, there were really good moments of both Betis and Valencia. And it's a huge win for Pellegrini, Real Betis fan, Joaquin, who won it back in 2005 or six.
2005. Yeah,
Yeah, and yeah, what a way to. I don't
and
know
in
if
his marriage, this trophy was his best man. That was funny, actually.
he's a funny guy. I mean, in terms of that's what
Yeah,
everybody
until
says.
yeah, up until this season, actually, because I was not paying attention that much to Betis game, and yeah, up until this season, like when we started recording and stuff like this, so like I was going to through squad list, and I didn't even know like he's still playing. It's like so many long times,
Yeah, no,
you
it's
know.
41 years old. Had a fantastic career, and
Yeah.
what a player. And yeah, deserved. In terms of, I thought in the game Valencia did came back strong, and Valencia were more clear, kind of more direct in the game as it goes on. But yeah, there was some chances were missed, but in a game like 1-1, when it was going into penalties, I thought, okay, penalties in Valencia are normally fairly good, but you know, eventually there is no complaint.
Yeah, but like I also expected, but this Valencia team tried to uh, rebuild for a while. Like there were so many I don't know, like players were leaving, and this is that there were times like there were rumors like it would be taken over by Chinese uh, some Chinese companies, and but it did not happen. And uh, there are still rumors like Abramovich will be back in football with Valencia, but mm,
I
it's still rumor
Yeah,
stage. But
exactly.
they are starting to rebuild the whole system. Like they like normally their academy used to be like really good, but with like teams like Betis or like especially Granada and some other teams, Levante, they are actually like capturing the young products more than Valencia. And I don't know, like they even like the players from Real Madrid's academy or um, um, Barcelona's academy players, like they like if they are around like 20 years old, they are leaving those clubs and joining these clubs. And um, this actually causes, because Valencia was the that club actually who used to get those products, for cheap and make some sort of like so.
Well,
It was a big achievement for playing them like in the final, and especially.
yeah, no, and again, Valencia is a huge club with huge fan base and huge historical stadium with some history behind them as well. And current coach Bordalas is basically more of a defensive sort of coach. He's known for that. Uh, but I guess they needed that win to secure a place in the European football, which Betis already in the contention. But again, um, no complaint in terms of when you see Joaquin basically win it and Betis as well, because Betis has suffered a lot. They were down in the relegation, came back, and stuff like that, and they've they've for last few years they've been branding a very kind of positive kind of football, and they have seen their city rivals Sevilla win Europa League for how many times? Few times, and it's not easy
Yeah.
when you're suffering and your arch rival is actually winning big things. So yeah, this is a big win for City of Sevilla and on especially on the Betis side.
Yeah, exactly. And um, one more thing to add, like, do you except for like established players from like established team like Barcelona, Real Madrid, we know those players like even their benches. And have anyone sorry, has anyone impressed you
Oh,
in
from
this season?
yeah, I think almost all of the team member in the well, I was talking about Betis, so I'll talk about a little bit of Betis. From Iglesias, who I thought was a very sloppy kind of forward, but he turned into a fairly good fit for Betis. And then obviously I don't have to talk about Nabil Fekir, and he has a lot of ability. But Canales is someone I think he's regarded as one of the better midfielders in Spanish division. I think he was under contention even for Luis Enrique in Spanish team. Um, he's been performing for quite a while. There is the Portuguese midfielder. I always like him in Betis. Um, can't remember the name at this point, but you know you have some solid players like Guido Rodriguez, Cuadrado. Um, Teo is very impactful from bench. Uh, there is in terms of when we're talking about you know for the entire league, if I've seen someone I'm really impressed, there was not enough consistent like here and there, like surprisingly good, but not really consistent. Not that anyone that springs on mind like someone. There are in phases some players shine, but not overall.
Yeah, as we were talking, like at the Bilbao is 2 goals ahead against Atletico Madrid. Um, uh,
Yeah,
but
is it the home game of Bilbao?
yeah,
Yeah, it's not easy to play there.
yeah, I was going to add that.
But
But
maybe Inaki Williams he has that. And now we're talking about Bilbao. Inaki
yeah, he just
Williams.
scored like from penalty.
So Inaki Williams was, I think, is the longest run player to participate in consecutive games without an injury. I think he has a record right now.
Yeah,
So, and and remember when Neymar was transferred to PSG, there was some link to Inaki Williams to Barcelona, but they definitely went for Coutinho. Uh, and seeing the pattern of the play, I'm not saying Inaki is a better player, but he's a more fit player. Uh,
yeah. Also better than Dembele. Money. Yeah, I mean
yeah, in terms of
in
bang for
terms
the
of
bang for the
individual.
bucks, whatever you're
Yeah,
spending.
yeah.
Yeah, let's not.
But
Uh,
I was going to add another question, like an additional question. Like, do you see? Iglesias is playing for the Spanish team,
Not really. I think there are other players who'd be who'd be
but they always have problems like in this section.
yeah, yeah. But there are other. I think Enrique has other players in mind. Even players like Jordan Moreno, who
Mhm.
I thought was very good at last year. Not this year. He's not that great. Yeah, and that's one of the reason I don't rate Spain as high as say others are saying, because if you're, and I could be wrong, if Alvaro Morata suddenly spring on form, he could be good, but I don't really rate Morata in terms of, I don't have the trust in Morata. Let's put it that way.
I would actually add a few more players like this Brazilian defender we talked about, Diego Carlos. Um, he was brilliant the whole season. Like as long as he was fit, he was unplayable. Like you could not pass balls around him. And uh, I was going to mention Canales. Actually, Canales played a few fair games, and there were some uh, key passes from him. And there are few players playing for.
Well, Danny Pareo maybe is throughout
Yeah, exactly. Parejo. Yeah, I was going to mention. Yeah.
throughout he was is very good, very
Uh,
consistent.
there is a player from Valencia, the left back, Gaia.
Yeah, Gaia is
Right.
very good actually. Gaia and even to some extent Guedes.
Yeah, and there are some links going on, like with Gaia to Barcelona.
Well, that's a
I
that's an
think.
old rumor, obviously.
Okay.
Uh,
Uh,
anything else to add on La Liga or Spanish
mm,
football? Unless
do
we
you?
want to move into the Champions League.
Yeah, do you see like mm, I don't know, like any new title contender or like new fourth, top four place contender, because Betis had a good run this
Yeah,
season, but they I don't know like if they can able to hold on these players, and there are some interesting coaches coming in the La Liga. And do you see any new team which they probably potentially be in the like fifth or sixth place and run for a good Europa League, or probably I don't know, like in the fourth place at the
not
end of
not
the
not
next
not
season?
really, not really to be honest.
Okay.
I don't see Spanish. Well, Spanish teams in terms of maybe if Unai Emery, he's not known for a very good run in league, but um, if he stays in Villarreal, there's a good chance of that team being getting stronger with some reinforcement. I was really impressed with Celta Vigo to start with. They had some very bad refereeing against them. They've lost some key points in the middle. There were
Yeah.
some injuries of Iago
There
Aspas.
were few ex Barca player were playing for
Yeah,
Celta Vigo.
Dennis Suarez. Uh,
Yeah.
and I forgot who else is there. But there are some good tacticians definitely there. But I think in terms of when I come to talk to about Betis needs some reinforcement definitely. Um, Especially in the center back. I don't mind Pezzella and Batra, but I think that there needs to be just a bit of improvement on that side. Um, and if Neville Fekir actually goes in a big sum of money, I think they can go and shop someone uh, in that money. But coming back to title race, I think when you think of Real Madrid is going to be a challenger definitely again. I was really hopeful about Barcelona because of that period of Xavi. I don't know what happened right now. There's a bit of struggle, and because it seems like Pedri is so influential and the team looks tired. And maybe motivational factor as well. They don't have much to play for. Uh, but if Barcelona, I think still Barcelona would be the biggest challenge, uh, given that how
But
Atletico are
mhm.
turning out to be.
But if you see the average age of the midfield, or not average, like most of the key players from the midfield and in the attack, at their age, inconsistency is like more common, like what we are seeing with
Are we talking
Arsenal right
about
now.
Barcelona?
Barcelona, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. No, I
Because
get that.
because of this age, they are obviously one of the most talented youngsters in the football. But mm, the problem was that, like, yeah, Busquets is still there. Maybe PK, I don't know.
Well, there is Cassie coming out next year, so there will be a little bit of solidity. There is, I don't know if Frankie De Jong would be there,
He will be there so far, from
but
what
that's
Xavi said, and
but that's
um,
you're one of the saleable asset, and given that Eric Ten Hag just taken over Manchester United and they have money and they're going into shopping, so I don't know what's going to happen. And there's a little bit of criticism towards Frankie from Barcelona uh,
but
fans.
even like when Frankie is not playing well, there is supposed to be someone, because we saw how Nico Gonzalez was playing before.
Yeah,
Uh,
but Nico, to be
yeah.
honest, he's is I think he's not ready yet at that level. He's not ready. I mean, he probably is better to be coming as a substitute, not as starter. I don't see him ready.
So do you think, like, still
What
with
was most interesting for me it was that when Pedri is injured, Xavi didn't use Ricky Puig at all. So I don't know what Ricky Puig is doing on
yeah,
that.
they're trying to sell. If they're trying to sell him, they at least have some sort of display, like, I don't know, like he's playing good, and then they can actually sell him for, like, at least
Send in a
20.
loan or something.
Yeah, but there were loan talks going on with Celta also, like with Betis, and but he is not interested in going for loan. So I don't know, but yeah, next season Pjanic is coming back from loan, and so does Griezmann, Coutinho, and with all those big names. Like, do you think they can offload them and start fresh?
I don't know. The honeymoon period of Coutinho is over in Aston Villa, and he's the one actually dragging Aston Villa really badly. And I don't know what's Gerrard's
Watkins was playing fairly well
Watkins.
before.
Emi Buendia was playing very well, and he's still playing very well.
Uh,
If you see the stats, because of
mhm,
Coutinho, he cannot play.
yeah,
Um, I really don't know. Coutinho is someone like he's not that. Like I don't have trust over him for extended period. So
yeah,
if Coutinho comes back, that's another question mark on their salary. So Barcelona has a huge transfer market, not just because to buy players, but to offload them.
yeah.
It is massive. I don't think anybody wants Coutinho or Griezmann.
Well, yeah. Well, this is the reason I think, like, there will be another season at least with Barcelona not winning anything, with all those big names, because, like, now it looks like, okay, it's Javi's team now because of all these additional loanee and players. But when they came back, and they have to register players and also, like, let go, and with all those things, and
And also, there's a bit of
and,
you have to sort out Usman Dembele. I think he's
yeah,
going to stay. You have Aubameyang, who is looking for more money. Uh, then you have who else? Oh, forgot Memphis Depay. They want to sell him as well. So when you're
Yeah,
trying
but
to sell Memphis,
Depay is already in Inter starter so far I know.
so when you're trying to sell Memphis, or because other teams know that you're trying to sell Memphis and they don't want to buy on your rate.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem actually. This is the reason I also think like
And
there will be
also
another season.
there is a bit of
With
problem in the back line as well. I still
Yeah.
feel that they need a good defender. I don't. Well, Eric Garcia can be okay at times. He can.
So far, yeah, one new name actually was really interesting. Um, Lisandro Martinez.
But
Martinez.
that's Barcelona is talking about for a long time, and I don't see them really acting on it just because of a lot of factors.
Yeah, also money. I would say Ajax is a selling club, so they will try to make good profit out of it. So
Yeah,
um, good solution like short term fixed is in their head so far Espilicueta because he can play like at least 3 4 positions in the back.
yeah. No, I hear you, but then again, we're talking about Barcelona challenging Real Madrid, and that probably not gonna happen very soon. Uh, but
Yeah.
in terms of other teams, Sevilla, they have to find players they stay fitting. They stay, can stay fit for a longer time. Otherwise, Sevilla is a very good team. If
Well, that is the interesting topic I was going to bring it on because Sevilla is really an exciting club for Loni,
yeah,
like they got Martial and they are not like they don't have like interesting prospect to sell right now
hmm,
except I guess some center backs and I don't see any other exciting midfield is probably old one. um, but yeah, they need some reinforcement especially in midfield and wings and maybe a
I don't think they
striker.
need a winger. All they need is, I mean, obviously you have the. I don't know. Sevilla is an interesting club. I think there are a lot of things going on at this point, and they have a lot of wingers there that are really injured. So they have to figure out what they're going to do about it. Um, the team has some quality players definitely, but then again, how you want to compete um, in the bigger, because if you remember, Kunde was really linked with Chelsea back in summer, and
Mm.
that didn't happen. Um, Obviously, they don't want Martial. They need a striker for sure. If anything, no, they need a good striker. And I guess right now they have Luke De Jong will be back from Barcelona as well after his loan. So I don't know if Luke De Jong is a good fit for their number nine solution. It could be just an alternate.
Well, Luke De Jong with his age right now is like more like a 20 minutes player, and uh, I don't know like if they will be able to like there are some interesting name like Oshiami uh, or
Nap-
Oshayami I don't
yeah,
yeah,
from
but he's
Napoli.
yeah from Napoli, but like last week there were rumors like with Arsenal. Um, but before that, like he could be like I saw his game. He could be a good fit for Sevilla. I would say. Also, he would be a good fit for, especially with Lo Celso and everyone like with Villarreal.
Yeah, but I think its price is a little high for Villarreal at this point.
Yeah, I know. That's also from Sevilla's point of view. So
Yeah, and
they
although
but they need this sort of profile, like in the attack because sometimes their attacker is like really slow, and
okay,
especially with
that's uh, I mean, we're going a little bit too detailed
Yeah,
because the league
yeah,
is not over, the season is not over. We're speculating a bit what would be the next year, which is, although it's over, it's not over in terms of there are a few games left.
yeah.
There are some teams are battling for relegation. Some teams are looking to secure their place in top four and top six. So yeah, yeah. Uh, do you want to move to
Yeah,
Champions League game?
yeah.
Okay, Champions League first semi-final. Well, first leg of first semi-final. Manchester City and Real Madrid 4-3. How do you see that result for City?
Well, I did not actually saw it from the city points of view or real's points of view. It was I just because I fall asleep. I was late from work and sort of like I was like, okay, I'll see one or two goal and then um, I will fall asleep and after first half. That was my plan, and I don't know like how it got ruined at the end. As you see, yeah, it was one of the most exciting game I have seen in this season. It was brilliant game, but the thing is that like Real Madrid was so poor, or like how they managed like three goals. Especially the first one was like one of the finest finish I have ever seen from Benzema. Like not only from Benzema, from a number nine. He wasn't even looking at the goal. He just volleyed that ball to the nearest post, and it was unbelievable. Also, there were a few nutmegs in the middle of the match. The famous one from Vinicius Junior. It was brilliant. Although Fernandinho is not a real right back, but there were injury problems from like both of the sides and card problems and stuff like that. But Guardiola has like only three. How can I say like professional defender left. Both they all are playing in the match, and there weren't any backup. And Stones went out, and Fernandinho came in. He provided a brilliant assist, and the next moment, like in 2 minutes, Real Madrid was in the game because of he got nutmegged by Vinicius Junior,
I
and
think
yeah,
he was getting too tight, and there's a reason for you. You just said that that goal he assisted, he just took it front of Vinicius, and he thought of he can do it again.
yeah,
And he got too tight, and obviously Vinicius was tricky. And once he started running, I thought defending was questionable, especially from Laporta. I believe
mm.
Laporta was thinking of covering Benzema while the is it?
Vinicius was running free. Yeah,
Yeah, it was. I don't know. The decision making was really bad.
actually, if you see the starting points of that goal, actually, almost Fernandinho and Laporta was in the almost in the same line. Like not like it's not like that far. So he was the closest one to the Vinicius, and he could have actually. And he was a pretty fit defender. Like today, he was playing against Leeds, and he was running like there. It was an end-to-end match, and he was running fast.
That's what you
He
want
could
to
have actually
do
played.
for defending the space. You need to make the attacker, because he was running in a free land. There was nothing coming, and
Yeah.
you want to give him a little bit of challenge, so he goes a bit of left or comes inside. So you have to let him do something, right? He was just guarding Benzema while is it the left back of City. Is it Zinchenko? I cannot remember. Or is it Cancelo?
It was Zinchenko. Cancelo
He
wasn't.
Zinchenko was already covering Benzema. So there was a
Yeah,
miscommunication of Laporte's point of view. He thought he had to cover. But anyways,
yeah, but Diaz was also inside.
outpaced. Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, not just that particular situation. The goal, especially the Fernandinho assist one, that Foden had it in between two defenders, like Alaba and Militao. They were just looking at each other and expecting one to go, but nobody went really. Uh,
Well, if you watched like last 3 4 games of Real Madrid, Milita was really poor, and I don't know what happened to Alaba, but he wasn't doing any sort of defending or anything. There were so many
That's why they're
miscommunication. They
signing
could have actually,
Rudiger, right?
yeah. And the thing is that like, yeah, Rudiger would be a good addition, but um, the thing is that like, yeah, there were moments in the game like it seems like City would have scored more goals. Like
Yeah,
they would have
exactly, exactly.
like get like at least like especially from
Mahrez.
Mahrez or some one from Foden. Like there were 1v2 3 or 1 3v2 situations at the pitch, and they could not actually score or even like finish the shot at target, and it was unbelievable to watch because of this poor shooting from the City strikers, and it was unbelievable. But like and there was one change like in the first 60 minutes until up until Foden's goal. Jesus was playing brilliant game. Even like he was playing in his natural position as a number 9. He was making those clever moves and taking Militao away out of sight and stuff like that, and it was creating all sort of space in front of Foden and Kevin De Bruyne, um, and they could have actually scored a lot. Like they could have, could have been done, but still, Real is there, and they are going to play in Bernabeu. So I don't know.
It's still a very open game for both sides.
Yeah, of course. And so far, like from Ancelotti's point of view, like he will go for all. I don't know, and actually, like Real's technique from midfield to attack was more when they are attacking, they are actually more relaxed. And what like as soon as City started pressing them up, and they got actually like really scared. Like especially in the first 20 minutes, could have been like 3-0.
Yeah, no,
So
it's funny how Real Madrid can, in the same game, look totally out of game, and all of a sudden, you kind of expect them to be back. I don't know. It's weird. I'm seeing this Real Madrid. I'm thinking, who else it reminds? Maybe Ferguson's Manchester United. At certain point, they were rubbish, and at the injury time, they would come back and score something. So yeah, yeah. Anyway, coming coming into the game, so there's how do you feel like City 50 or 51%, 55%, if there's some kind,
it's
because 4-3, it's still, there's no away goal.
4-3 is not like a like it's not like 4-2 or 4-1 even. Like
Yeah.
the thing is that like you are going to play with against Real Madrid in their stadium, and we saw how it became, especially like after one goal. So it would be, I don't know, like Pep Guardiola said, um, they are going they are not going to play for draw or anything, any other results. They're going to play for win,
That's normal
and
from Pep still.
yeah, but with all those mistakes, he would, I don't know, like if Manchester City is not that like they played in their first final even in the last year, so they are not like this experienced club, and Real Madrid, on the other hand, has all those experience. Like even their current players, they won like 4 Champions League together. So uh, I would say a little bit. Real would be, even though they lost in the first leg, Real would be a little bit ahead in terms of that. But in terms of strategy, like if they don't let Real play and keep hold on the ball, I don't know, for or control how they there were a few matches in this season, especially the after scoring one or two goals, they like whatever happens, they actually got hold on the balls and finish the game. And there are some characteristics, and if they anyone can stop Real right now, and yeah, it could be City.
Okay. Uh, Anything else to add? Because it's a mouth-watering
No,
game for
yeah,
anyone who would be watching the second leg. The other semi-final went as kind of expected, like Liverpool 2-0 against Villarreal. I've seen the
there was
highlights.
a there was a one goal, but before that, it was really uh, actually Villarreal would be proud. And I saw their squad list today and their glimpse of the match today. They were trailing against some I don't know like which
Alaves.
club. Alaves, yeah. Deportivo Alaves. There, it was 1-0 at the beginning, and then it was 2-1. I did not know the final score. I was watching the other match in the Premier League.
It was
So,
2-1. Yeah,
um, the- they most of their players, like first team players, were not there
yeah.
in the game. So I don't know. Like they will go so far for all, and they will be proud. Like they only conceded two goals, and anything can happen in,
And one of them
especially in
was,
Villarreal.
kind of accidental, as you say.
Yeah,
Um, but yeah, anyway,
but
that's
if it is 1-0, they could have they are definitely gonna try bite Liverpool.
and
But
also just seeing how Liverpool done in the second leg of the last two rounds. They've
Mhm.
lost versus Inter, and they've also almost losing, but not losing, but drawing against Benfica.
Yeah,
So they do give a little bit of chance, and hopefully, if the stars match on the
mhm.
right coordinate and Villarreal chance, that would be wonderful. But otherwise, Liverpool are
Have they ever won Champions League
no,
like in 90s probably,
no.
or Valencia it was?
Yeah, Valencia did. Even Deportivo La Coruna.
Yeah, okay.
Not Villarreal. The highest they've gone is that tiebreaker loss against
But
semi-final.
like how is how hopeful are you from them
I think
for them?
I think at this stage, if someone with the tiny kind of club like Villarreal have knocked out Juventus, knocked out Bayern Munich, that itself is an establishment. And if they go on and do something brilliant against Liverpool, that's a statement because Liverpool right now currently, arguably one of the is one of the top two, or even the top team in the world. So going into there and giving them a fight, I take that anyway. So they would be proud for themselves whatever they've done.
Yeah, also their quick transition is like scary. It would be scary for Liverpool because they would definitely gonna try to hold the ball more. And but Villarreal, they actually press when they press, they actually press really dangerously. And when balls goes to I don't know, Lo Celso or someone else, even like
Yeah,
Capu,
couple.
who
Yep,
did the mistake. Yeah, it was brilliant actually. Like the whole campaign so
yep.
far. Um, so yeah, they can actually done some damage,
Can
but
be.
still, it's still in the favor of
Oh yeah. Oh
Liverpool.
yeah, yeah, for sure. They should be overwhelmingly favored, but anything can happen. Um, do you want to talk more about Champions League, or we can switch to Europa League?
We can switch to Europa League. Unfortunately, I actually missed the games.
It's okay, but
Um,
I've seen highlights. Obviously, it's not the favorable time for me. I have my work hours going on, and first one I saw was Leipzig versus Rangers. Rangers, I thought, very tactically sound team. Not seen much of them. I think they were very, very good, and some misses from Nkunku as well for Leipzig. Leipzig was better side. Doesn't mean that Rangers didn't have chance, has kind of half chances, but eventually there's a very, I think one of the goal of the week uh, for me is a left back from Leipzig who scored the volley from outside, and it was one advantage for Leipzig. I think I would put them as favorite, but there's not much. It's just one goal, and it's still kind of Rangers still alive. But the way Leipzig played the game, as usual, they've done for the entire last few rounds. I would expect them to go. Um, and I think the most entertaining game was actually West Ham versus Frankfurt. It's very well uh, fought, especially some of the battles, one-on-one battles in the midfields, and some of the paces. Obviously, I thought West Ham was a little bit underprepared for certain part. Frankfurt is very, very direct. If anything, we've learned from from their previous games. It's very,
Exactly.
very direct team. It's hard to play against them. It's really hard. So they won the tie. Um, and I don't know if West Ham can really pull it back on away, because away in Frankfurt Stadium, the spectators should be there.
Yeah. It would be yeah, like speaking of from experience, like I saw some games of Frankfurt, like um, it was unbelievable to
They
play
made
there.
Camp Nou their home ground.
Yeah, exactly.
So yeah, I really see, it could be right now. It's not much, like it's a 2-1 in favor of Frankfurt, just one goal, but it could have been more. And also they're playing in the home with the supporters.
Yeah.
It would be Herculean task. I mean, the key for West Ham is to find really early goal to make the crowd quiet. If they can do that, there's definitely a chance.
Yeah, but
But I don't know if they would go quiet if they even concede one goal.
I don't think so. They were really loud against Bayern Munich, even though they are conceding goals. So yeah, I don't know. Like, but the playing style is so direct, and the worst part, if you are playing against Frankfurt, is right now is that like they don't have any spaces between the defense line and midfield, and
Very
they
compact.
are yeah, and I don't know. They when they go for an attack, there were like at least 5 or 6 players involved, and still they can manage this compactness, and it was unbelievable workload. It's unbelievable. Like it's unthinkable actually,
Yeah, and
especially this stage of the season actually.
yeah, and the scary thing is they're really good shooters outside from the box. I mean, they're like
Yeah, both of the wing backs scored few goals
second
this
ball.
season.
If it
Yeah,
comes back to somewhere, they can shoot and it actually goes into goal. So
or late cross or something. I don't
yeah.
know.
So anyway, that's what happening in Europe, and
I was going to ask a funny question actually. Uh, are you going to be surprised if there is a all Spanish Champions League final?
yeah, I expect Liverpool to win. I Okay, Manchester City versus Madrid. I would say it's really close, given the given the scoreline and also the team, because now Madrid actually secured the title. They don't have to worry about anything other than the Champions League, right?
And
Uh, but
and
Villarreal,
fun thing is that like Madrid never lost a Champions League final in the um, modern Champions League era.
yeah,
And what about all German final in the Europa
I
League?
think that's more possibility. I like if you give me the chance of all Spanish team or all German team in Europa League, I'd go for all German team.
Yeah.
That looks more possibility to me because I it would be harder for Rangers. I can see, although they're playing in the home, but um, it would be hard, and also it would take in you know I have utmost respect for David Moyes and West Ham, whatever they've done, and they have a very good side too. I really, I think I should have given a little bit more credit to West Ham because they're unlucky, given that Jared Boyne's it would have been the goal of the season if it went in. Uh, the crossbar hit the crossbar, came back. It was thunderous shot. I mean, if it was going in, then we were talking of what 2-2, and it would have been a different discussion. But I still think West Ham has the chance to go and actually win it. But then it would be like what 2-2. Um, if it's only one goal, right? If say for example West Ham score two, I expect Frankfurt to score at least one. So I would really lean towards German teams going into final, both German team rather than Spanish team because I don't see somehow, although there is chance, but I don't see Liverpool getting beaten by Villarreal.
Yeah, it was interesting to see like some English media already putting City and Liverpool in the final and even in the semi-final draw before that actually.
Well,
So
let's. I was, it's good that you've taken that up because for last 3-4 years I've consistently seen Jordan Sancho as top two or top three young footballers around in the world. Now, not ruling him out, but he's done nothing
yeah, but I also saw it in the goal.com or so many. There
every
were so
year,
many players.
every
Yeah,
year.
yeah.
And Sancho, whatever I've seen him in Man United, really, I someone like Santi Mina has a better. Sorry, I was going to say something else, but has a better kind of record with Celta Vigo than Manchester United with Sancho.
Yeah, there are few players even, but only I think Jude Bellingham is way better player than like all over his position and considering everything. He's way better player, or he understands the game way much more than Sancho ever did.
Again, we're just saying there's no, we have nothing against Sancho, but that's the name we have seen last three
Yeah,
years consistently on top of the like top talent in the world. Um, Not really. So English media and their overhyping. Yes, they have very good two teams, and they both can actually meet there technically.
yeah.
But yeah, that's what we have for Europe, unless you have anything else to talk about.
Um, are we going to move to Italian league?
A
Shall
little,
we?
but I think it's more worth to talk about them or not to talk about them because it's almost opposite of what English Premier League is seeing the race. It's more consistent. Like
Yeah.
you believe City and Liverpool winning all those. You don't
Mm.
know what to do with Inter and Milan
Yeah, finally Napoli was out of the what can I say,
race.
race. Yeah, it's now two horse race so far,
I see today
and
they
there.
won 6-1 against us or something like that. I said, okay, that's very timely.
Yeah, I saw that.
Very timely.
and funny thing is that like
I think
there was.
you have to tell Napoli team and the coach. You have to go there and say that you guys are out anyway, so just play your football. They shouldn't have seen the tables. Shouldn't have seen any kind of newspapers or articles. They just should have seen done their job. Now the pressure is off. Now you're seeing Napoli again.
Yeah, exactly. That's the problem with Napoli. Like, I would love to see them win something actually, because how they played, these players' work rate so far, like until January, even like they try what they're trying to do, which did not actually work out well, because of the, like I don't know, like there were so many close matches in January and February, but they were, um, yeah, and until last week they were in the title race so far. So I would love to see them at least win something, but they need a bigger squad, or I don't know, so many more young talents to mm, compete. Uh, I don't know how it's going to be happen, but the most interesting match from the last week was Lazio playing Milan, and I probably texted you after the match or something. I don't know, remember, because I was watching the match and it was sort of like a Premier League match and with tactics and everything. Uh, Lazio players, they could have said themselves unlucky. Um,
Were they? Because
they-
I've seen after Tonali scoring that injury time winner, Charby was laughing. I didn't know why he was laughing, but
but yeah, like there were few moments like they could have actually finished the game, but they did not. So Milan had chance, and I was so annoyed with Ibrahimovic, because he was last substitution, or it's like the second last substitution. Giroud came in and he went there. He was missing the balls like for so many reasons, but he provided an assist in the end. It was brilliant. Tonali goal was like like almost he looked like a striker,
yeah,
and it was a brilliant game to watch actually in the end. But yeah, they are going to play tomorrow again,
yeah. I
and
think Milan is playing Fiorentina. Fiorentina all of a sudden run into
Fiorentina
a
lost last week. Yeah, sorry.
yeah, all of a sudden they're in a really bad patch. Like last 2 or 3 games they've lost.
Yeah.
So and also Inter just lost in the midweek against Bologna, right?
Mm.
So Inter don't have their destiny on their hand. Anyway, it was bizarre. Especially, I don't know if you've seen the at least highlights of it. Handanovic was injured, so the
Yeah.
reserve keeper was there. And second goal, he just the throw in came in. He just missed kick, and I think Sansone was there. The easiest goal in the world. He will ever score. It's just to roll it over on the line.
Have you remembered, like, in 2014 when Steven Gerrard slipped
Yeah,
and Chelsea scored,
yeah.
and they lost the league actually.
But
This is one of those defining defining moments, you know.
I could understand the slip. Like it's not intentional, but and well, if you're a professional player and even a keeper, you're getting the ball. The first thing is if you're not absolutely sure, just don't kick it. Just take a first touch, take it under control, then just kick it. It was
Yeah, but
inexpected.
well, but this sort of, how can I say, this is why professional league is like so hard to win. Um, eh, if you remember, like few years back when it was probably this record breaking season or the season before, Manchester City, there were moments like someone, probably John Stones or someone, actually like saved the ball from the goal line, and if it went in, then actually Liverpool
Win the
won the
tournament.
tournament could have won the tournament. So like it's like that much accurate. Like if you're playing this sort of leagues, you are not allowed to make those mistakes if you want to win something.
Well, that being said, Inter still can win it.
Yeah, I know. There are only 2 points. Like
Behind,
I don't
and
know. Yeah, I
but
think the
it,
goal
it
difference is like in favor, but in Italian league is does it matter? I don't know.
so sorry, what was that?
Goal difference is
No, it's game face to face, and Milan won that.
oh, Milan will won. Okay.
So, but what I was going to say, because technically, if you see the team that Milan is facing is more kind of high profile teams. But if you see who Inter is playing, those teams are actually relegating, battling relegation.
Yeah.
They have more to play for, so it's going to be tough, not easy. So let's see
Yeah.
how Inter does or Milan does. I think this is still kind of entertaining for wrong reason, but you know what, we're having fun.
Yeah. Let's move to Premier League, I guess.
Sure,
I
sure.
think.
I haven't seen the game
Uh,
today, but you have
yeah,
definitely.
I watched that them both of the um uh, I don't know potential champions game. The thing is that like Leeds versus it was interesting to watch City. Um, um, the thing is that like what Marsh did with this team, he actually like put them in some sort of shape, and like they were playing like 5-4-1 in formation, and there were City were leading only for one goal in the first half, and it was almost end to end game. Like uh, I don't know, like, but there were injury problems from Dallas, who was a hero. If you remember, like 1 or 2 seasons back,
Yeah.
he scored 2 goals against City, brilliant goals. And there were some changes actually, but Leeds still in the relegation zone, like right above. If Everton win their next 2 matches, which is unlikely, I don't know, their next match will be against Chelsea. Uh,
To
so
be honest, I don't see any of the City or Liverpool. It's I don't know. It would be surprising if any of those two teams actually drop points. So in a way, yes, it's a title race, but it's a very boring race. It's not as fun as Syria. Like whoever is in the top doesn't want to win it.
yeah, exactly. And I think like there were few changes in from Liverpool in the match. Salah was not starting. So does Alexander Arnold and uh, Thiago, and probably who else actually? Yeah, Henderson was not starting. Milner was there. Keita played brilliant game. It was unbelievable. Like he's like uh, he was so attacking. Uh, he actually like with I don't know, like he was in scoring position and he scored the first goal, or only goal. I forgot actually how many goals he scored. So yeah, he was in the scoring position so many times, and he played a brilliant game. Then Thiago came in and controlled basically the whole match. So I don't see anyone is like, and anyone is hurting Liverpool so far. And in the last 8 match, only City could penetrate them, and no one else. So and one more thing I was going to mention actually, because I watched almost like last 4 or 5 games of, well, more than that actually. I don't remember. I watched almost every game of Liverpool this season, and everyone was talking about like Van Dijk and everything, and even he was missing like his position so many times this season. But one guy, because of him, nobody could pass. It's like like from the Lord of the Ring, the Gandalf is saying like, "You shall not pass." That guy is Joel Matip. Like he's unplayable. Like he was everywhere. Even like he's covering like from behind and going at the striker. Even like someone is crossing Van Dijk, and everyone is going to say Van Dijk, okay, okay. Van Dijk is still doing okay, but not like in his that level. But still, yeah, he's playing well, like
Okay, here's my question.
well above average.
Here is my question. Say, because Matip doesn't have huge hype around him, doesn't have huge name like Van Dijk, right?
Yeah,
But if the same performances were put out by Van Dijk and not Matip, would he be in the contention for Ballon d'Or?
yeah, absolutely.
So here's the thing: Ballon d'Or is a lot of or those sort of individual awards. It's a lot of about popularity and the name.
I think also it also depends on physique and player's look because compared to Van Dijk, Matip is not that handsome. I don't know. Uh,
Yeah, that's that's an
because
interesting
I was thinking about it.
factor.
Like
Yeah.
that's the thing I was thinking about. Like even today, there were moments like someone crossed Van Dijk, but um,
Matip is not
he
sexy enough.
yeah. Yeah, that's the thing actually. Like I think football fans mostly they love people to go to gym, even
Or
though
have
they
a
don't.
certain
They drink. Yeah,
lifestyle
yeah,
or certain aura
yeah,
about them. Yeah.
yeah, yeah. So and that's what happened to Jorginho last season. Like he was not that like, but he was the hype player so far.
Yeah, that's and let's not bring back the memories of Jorginho. So yeah, no, absolutely. I've seen whenever I've seen Matip or even I've said probably Fabinho. Whenever those
Yeah,
players
Fabinho was brilliant.
were
Yeah,
called,
and he's playing almost every game. Like uh, I don't know, like Klopp is not thinking about even resting him or anything, and he's playing like an engine, like an I don't know, like how he does that. It
yeah,
was seeing like
supreme
almost
level of fitness for sure.
yeah. I don't know like how fit he like if it's measured by something. I don't know like he can play like 2 games. It seems like in a day. So
No, absolutely. Sorry, I lost my chain of thought, but I was talking about there. Obviously, Liverpool, everything is clicking, and even if you see City, there are a lot of good performances, and even if not good performance, there's still some game they're just not there, but still finding the results, which is important.
yeah, and one more thing I was going to mention, like I don't know why like today uh, Leeds fan targeted 2 players. One of them was Jack Grealish, and why everyone is picking up on him? I don't know. It's because of the hair, or I don't know. Like, but we saw, like, we actually came to a
That I
conclusion
have
that
a very
like
good theory about it.
people love pretty players, but we is
No,
pretty.
people get hate too. Um, I've seen that. I mean, even in local level, sort of college or university level games, if
Yeah,
anyone is, it's the opposite fans really targets those, try to abuse it
yeah,
as
but
such.
yeah, but
And also, 100
uh,
million tag does. I mean, everybody, I'm pretty sure, reminds him about that tag.
yeah, but the thing is that like I saw his game so far. He was not that top player of Manchester City, but he's still playing pretty good football. But no, he's not like that good in the final third, obviously. But the thing is that like
Is
he's
is he better
doing
than
everything
Madison?
else
Is he better than Madison
this season.
overall?
Overall, his quality is like obviously better than Madison.
Okay.
But Madison is under the radar of certain clubs and certain fan base. So, So that's that's
Let's
the
not
only
go
thing.
there. They're hired by Twitter. Now Elon Musk. Uh, but
Yeah,
yeah,
but um, Norwich has eliminated from the I don't know, Premier League.
kind of expected.
Yeah, it was kind of expected. Watford probably one or two in two lost away, and Everton is still in the, although they in the relegation zone, but although they have like two games in hand, but they are going to play against like likes of Chelsea, Arsenal, and some other games I saw. Like this, it's not looking good actually. Then if Everton is going down, I don't know. Like it will be a tragedy actually. But given their performance so far, I
Yeah,
wouldn't actually. And Burnley actually won their last two matches, and Brighton, they're not even in the
they're in
zone.
mid-table, right? Isn't it?
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I don't have much to add on Premier League because the moment I see City and Liverpool winning, and you could have got an expectation of, say, United and Arsenal and Tottenham, who will be in that.
I don't see United. I think already out of
Yeah,
the
exactly. It
zone,
was on.
but like they are mathematically still in, but they're already out of the zone. And I don't see Ronaldo is playing Europa League so far. So there will be few changes for them. But with Tottenham and Arsenal, there will be a match in between them.
By the
So
way, we missed that. I mean, we're just sliding away from Premier League. Missed
mm.
that PSG won that French league title.
Oh, we did, did we?
We didn't say anything about it. It's kind of unfair that we expect them to win. But yeah, they win it. And I think it was won by last week by 1-1 draw. And it was very,
Yeah.
very brilliant Messi goal outside of the box. But still weird because Ramos is shouting or celebrating on Messi goal.
From the behind.
But yeah, I think Pochettino's first league title
Oh yeah.
as manager.
Mm.
So,
Yeah.
so quite a big deal
I
for
think
him.
he did not win anything in
Last year,
before that.
no,
No, no,
last
no,
year
no,
it
no,
was
no.
Lille won that.
Yeah, but I was not saying about PSG. Before that, like before Tottenham
No, Tottenham,
was
he
in
was all hyped,
Espanyol.
all hyped. No, Espanyol, no, nothing.
And also in before that he was in Argentina League, right?
Yeah, no,
Isn't it?
not for Euros, no.
Oh, okay. Okay, then
So,
yeah, it's it is his first league title.
so you kind of think,
It's sort of like
someone who didn't win
uh,
anything, he's so much hyped. Um, for the I don't know. It's again part of it. It's British hype, but he did play really good football with Southampton and part of Espanyol as well as in Tottenham, obviously.
yeah, of course. But do you see him staying
I think
or
it's already been announced that there will be $15 million compensation, and Pochettino will be sacked.
oh, I did not see that coming.
Yeah. Well, I'd take any day $15 million. I think Antonio Conte
But
is linked with. He wants that job.
yeah, I saw that actually. Uh, but there were also another name who is currently out of under like any contract. The local boy, Zinedine Zidane.
Okay. Again, uh,
But
Zidane,
do you see?
Zidane will be a conversation definitely if Deschamps doesn't win it for France. But again, Zidane I guess he'd be more interested in PSG. Are you going to say
Okay.
about Cristiano Ronaldo coming into PSG?
No, there were link him and Bayern Munich actually, because they are trying to let go of Lewandowski, and if they don't get like
But isn't
player
Bayern
like
linked with Haaland?
no,
Okay, I was for weird.
Haaland is almost
Not
like
Haaland,
City
Haaland,
deal.
Haaland from Ajax.
Haller.
Haaland, yeah.
No, I did not see him linked with, but probably with some clubs like Leipzig or some other clubs. There are talks going on, but not with Bayern Munich. But Ronaldo and Adiami is linking with Bayern Munich right now.
Okay, for sure. That would be interesting.
But do you see Mbappe is playing in the next year for PSG? Because there are interesting offer from uh,
Well,
not offer like offers like 50 million in a year and some other
I
benefits.
think if I was Mbappe, I would go to Real. That's what I can say because I'm not
Yeah.
him. Uh,
Obviously, if you were him, we wouldn't be talking or
but yeah, no, I guess he's. My understanding was he was very passionate about going to Real as well. So I don't see that changing.
okay. I don't have anything
No,
else
not
to
not
add.
for me as well. And unfortunately, this week has been very busy for me and weekend. I'd like to
Yeah.
catch tomorrow some of the games if I may, especially some Serie A games, because that's the only competition along with EPL that really matters at this point because
Well,
La
there
Liga.
is an interesting game, I think, with Arsenal playing against West Ham.
Oh,
It would be
tomorrow.
interesting to watch.
I have
Yeah,
to check my time frame, but again, yeah, thank you again for joining and having
yeah,
the conversation. We'll definitely catch up again sometime next week.
yeah. Thanks for the invite.